Demonic witches, real accounts of terror in the remote village of Black Hollow. Locals whispered about a cursed forest known as Darkwood. This forest was said to be the haunt of demonic witches who practiced dark magic. One cold October night, a group of curious teenagers, Tom, Sarah, Jack, and Emily, decided to venture into Darkwood, despite the villagers' warnings. As the teenagers ventured deeper into Darkwood, they stumbled upon an ancient, dilapidated cabin. Inside, they found symbols of dark magic, bones, and jars filled with strange substances. The air grew colder, and they heard whispers that seemed to come from nowhere. Suddenly, the temperature dropped, and the room was filled with a deafening silence. The shadows in the cabin seemed to move on their own, forming the shapes of three demonic witches. The witches' eyes glowed with an unnatural light as they chanted in an unknown language, causing the walls to tremble and the air to vibrate with dark energy. The teenagers, driven by sheer terror, managed to break free from the cabin and ran through the forest as the witches' haunting laughter echoed behind them. They didn't stop until they reached the safety of their village, vowing never to speak of the nightmarish encounter again. Back in the village, the teenagers tried to return to their normal lives, but they were haunted by nightmares and strange occurrences. Tom started seeing the witches' faces in his dreams, Sarah heard whispers in her room at night, Jack found strange symbols carved into his bedroom walls, and Emily felt a cold presence following her wherever she went. Desperate for answers, the teenagers sought out an old woman named Agatha, who was rumored to be knowledgeable about the dark history of Black Hollow. Agatha revealed that the witches were once villagers who had turned to dark magic out of vengeance. Their spirits were bound to Darkwood, cursing anyone who disturbed their resting place. Determined to end the curse, the teenagers returned to Darkwood with Agatha. They planned to perform a ritual to banish the witches' spirits. As they began the ritual, the witches appeared, more furious than ever. A fierce, supernatural battle ensued, with the forest coming alive with dark energy. With Agatha's guidance, the teenagers successfully completed the ritual, banishing the witches' spirits from Darkwood. The forest returned to its natural state, and a peaceful silence settled over the clearing. The teenagers felt a sense of relief and accomplishment, knowing they had ended the curse. Back in the village, the teenagers shared their story with the villagers, who were both shocked and grateful. The nightmares and strange occurrences ceased, and life in Black Hollow returned to normal. The teenagers, forever changed by their experience, became local heroes, remembered for their bravery. Years later, the story of the teenagers' bravery and the banishment of the demonic witches became a legend in Black Hollow. The village thrived, and Darkwood was no longer feared. The teenagers grew up, but they never forgot the night they faced the demonic witches and ended the curse.